This is the Original Sin, the Collective Intelligence Network. Hi, and welcome to the Collective Intelligence Network. Hello, sinners, as in Collective Intelligence Network, network agents. Today in this episode, we will be talking about how to stop kids leading a life of crime. Now, this is a very complex and huge topic, and there is no real easy, straightforward answer. However, there are some considerations which we collectively can work upon together and collectively also think about together. So the purpose of this video is to let people know what my thoughts are, my solving problems with individual thought. So collectively, all together, solve problems all together, we can come up with something that may be able to put this into the real world, which is the ultimate goal. So how do we stop kids leading a life of crime? Now, I can't think of any 5-year-old that when you interviewed them and talked to them and asked them, what is it you want to be when you grow up? I can't think of anyone who would probably say, oh, gee, when I grow up, I think I'll become an ice addict and break into people's homes. No, that's an unfortunate outcome for people in life. And as a society, we should try to work more cleverly to be able to create better outcomes for people and society in general. So one consideration I had with respect to this is that there is some research that says by the age of 7, children have pretty much developed their personality. So show me the child at 7, I'll show you the man or woman when they're an adult. So generally, people are pretty developed around the age of 7 with respect to who they are as an individual. Now, some people obviously grow up to become introverts. Others will be extroverted in their nature. Also, I think people potentially, if they're given the right guidance and direction, and by people I mean young people, children, our next generation of adults, as it were, who can be guided and directed with the help of elders in society, those that are looking out for them and helping to nurture them and grow into the best version of themselves that they possibly can be, which is the idea that we as a society should be trying to generate for our young children. So one way potentially would be to have like a mentor in their life. So this potentially is outside the realm of parents, and it could be a way within societies and communities that you have people whose role it is to find what it is the child is interested in. Now, potentially, this could be something that's adjunctly done via the school curriculum so that the teachers or people who are employed in that capacity as teachers' aides potentially could find what it is that young children are interested in, and also having a view to where the jobs of the future are going to be, try to align where the jobs of the future are heading, and also the passions and innate abilities that individuals can have. And by harnessing a young person and providing them with a way to be able to think about their future in small doses, obviously appropriate to their age level. There's things at the library where there's a whole range of different activities, but also not only a range of different activities, but there's also a whole range of subject areas for people to be able to introduce young people to. So I imagine that this would be something that would be done over a period of time. So you don't start straight off at the, oh, you're going to be a neurosurgeon, or you would be best as a fireman. What you potentially could do is work with the child in developing their interests and then harnessing the potential for them to be able to work towards that. Now, there was a book which was written by Malcolm Gladwell. It came out a little while ago. It's called Blink, and it's the power of thinking without thinking. Now, aligning where I was talking about introducing young children to avenues of future growth areas in terms of work aligned with their areas of interest, in Blink, you have people who have been doing their job for such a long time that they can recognize almost subliminally patterns and behaviors that would allow them, for instance, to, in the book by Malcolm, he talks about the art dealer who can spot a fake within moments of seeing it, or the marriage counselor who can tell whether a relationship's going to work within a few minutes of talking to both the parties. And it's because what they've had is years of experience where they've seen behaviors and can subliminally or subconsciously even draw upon that to arrive at a decision that generally is pretty intuitive and also generally pretty accurate as to what the propensity or the outcome is likely to be for the area that they specialize in. And so where I'm leading to with this is that with a young person who's been, say for instance, you find that they've got an interest in data, and they can be introduced to data science and programming and potentially robotics, and they could be going to the local library, and they could be involved in courses and classes that are being run in conjunction with the library, or even facilitated and coordinated by the community and society members, so that these sort of channels are open and available and incorporated into the curriculum of this direction that we'd like to be able to take, so that we can help prevent children leading a life of crime by nurturing their interests and their passions from a younger age, so that as they evolve and develop, they become to understand more about the subject area that they're interested in, so that by the time they're young adults, 18 for example, they potentially could have had 10 years of looking at something and learning about something and growing with that thing, so that they're very prepared and they're very knowledgeable about this area. And they would have had a tribe of like-minded others that they would be associating with. And we also want to have a situation where every member of society feels like they can contribute. You don't want to ostracize individuals and have them outside of society. We want to embrace and bring everybody in so that everybody can feel like they're contributing positively to our society. And we need to be able to incorporate that into our society so that we're more inclusive than exclusive. So I don't propose that I have all the answers. All I do propose is that I have got some possible routes or some avenues or some ways that we can move forward together as a society. But however, all these things require individual inputs from individual members. And I'm looking for you people out there to participate and be involved and to put your solving problems of individual thought into the spittoon, aka the comments section, because once we get enough spits in the spittoon, then we can see what's spat back in terms of solving the problem altogether. And then also, once we've got enough information within the spittoon, we then can get AI to go through and have a look at all the comments. Then it can draw out the threads, the patterns, the trends, the insights. And then once it has assimilated all of those things, we can then get all those findings and put them back into the spittoon or the comment section for everybody, all of us together, to look at, refine, to correct if there's any errors in its judgments or findings. And so then that way, once we've refined the findings and the thoughts, we can then put it back into AI again to refine it even further, and so on and so on. And this is us collectively as a society working with artificial intelligence so that we can provide better outcomes for people, society, and for us all, inevitably and ultimately. Thank you very much for your time in listening to my thoughts, and I look forward to hearing your thoughts, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks very much. Bye now.